Lacey Swope back in the Bob Mills Weather Center this morning. Lacey, we've got a lot of rain, hopefully putting a pretty good dent in the drought, right?
You know, the drought is pretty much non-existent, with the exception of far northern Oklahoma. Far northern Oklahoma still needing a little more water. We've had our fair share across central, western, and southern portions of the state. Way too much water yesterday. As our storm trackers were out, guys, they came across hundreds of vehicles stranded in the floodwaters yesterday. Numerous semis blown over, outbuildings, metal buildings blown over. So much water. At times there was 5 feet of water over the roads in some of the locations across the metro, not to mention all the damage out in Weatherford as those storms came through. They had winds over 80 miles per hour, and yes, that brought down huge transmission lines as well down in the Moore area. I'll show you more of the video. We've got so much of it to get to throughout the morning, but it looked like raging rapids. Why? Well, we had rain yesterday. We did have 3 to 4 inches in a very short period of time, but over the last several days, this is what we've seen. The wettest start to July on record for Oklahoma City. 6, 7, 8 inches of rain is what has fallen across central western Oklahoma. There's no drought in those locations whatsoever. As far as the wettest Julys on record, when you add up all the days, all 31 days for July, our wettest was back in 1996. We had over 11 inches of rain. Well, we're in the top 10 now for 2023, and we have more rain on the way tonight. We'll see how far up this list we go as we head through the next several weeks. As far as power outages go, over 52,000 customers were without power at one point yesterday morning. That's a pretty significant standards change. Such good news for folks. We're down to about, the latest was about 600 across the state. Those were some of the counties where we were hit the hardest. Few showers ongoing out in the west. A couple sprinkles trying to make their way into our western counties. Now, we may have a few showers around through the morning, but for most locations, your chances are less than 20%. 69 degrees on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network, live from downtown Oklahoma City. Lower, mid, upper 60s, some 70s in southern Oklahoma. Winds are very light. There's some light fog you may notice on your drive in, a little bit of haze, not causing too many visibility issues whatsoever. Slight rain chance in the metro from about 9 o'clock to noon. Don't think we'll see much. 86 degrees will be our high today, with mostly sunny skies. And enjoy these temps because we're about to heat things up, and it's going to be a steam bath across Oklahoma once we start to crank up the temps. Temps in the mid upper 80s, some 90s down to the southwest. And the setup this week is still more of the same. The heat dome, which is usually situated more in the southern plains this time of year, is back to the west. So they are cooking. Record highs, portions of New Mexico, Arizona. For Oklahoma, we've got the jet stream winds coming in pretty strong from the northwest to the southeast. That gives us more energy. And look at the daily storms coming up for tonight, tomorrow. Still more chances in northern Oklahoma through the rest of the work week. Your weekend does look active, and we're tracking storm chances into the start of next week. So in July, it's not uncommon when we show the 9-day to not have a chance of rain in sight. That is just not the case. We just keep having these opportunities. I will say we're going into a drier period after tonight, at least for the short term. Future next gen, though, showing the rain around this morning. Again, a few spotty showers at best. 5 o'clock, mostly dry with storms taking off out in the panhandles. And then after sunset, I think closer to midnight, storms try to fire in the southwest. Now those between 1 and 2 start to expand, grow further up to the north, including the metro about 3 o'clock in the morning. This will be very heavy rain, could be hail up to the size of golf balls. Not everyone gets that, but quarter up to golf ball size hail possible. And the flooding threat will continue in south central Oklahoma through mid-morning, and then we dry it on out. So there is a risk for severe weather. It's low. Trackers will be out tonight and tomorrow morning once again for a 40, 60 to an 80% chance of additional rain. So here's your flood zone. What we're expecting, may see some pockets where you get a little too much water too quickly, but I think once you get down into southern Oklahoma, if we're gonna see any more widespread flooding, that's where it would be. Some of those areas could pick up a couple inches pretty quickly. It'll be another tropical-like rain environment. Also the chance for hail, I've put golf balls up to the metro. I think the better chance for that will be down south, but it's not out of the question to get some golf ball size hail. This time, as far as the big time damaging winds and power outage threat, it doesn't look that likely. The wind threat's not nearly as high overnight tonight. 90s on the way, and we do crank up the heat. Upper 90s, heat index around 105 before rain chances creep back in for the weekend. Storm.